Hello viewers, to another video, and this is kind of just an update on my friend and like myself. So as you guys probably already know, I'm a music teacher, so is my friend, and he's doing really good. You know, he found a better school. But one thing that happened in my school, which I really liked, is that they had a policy where they can't use phones anymore. And obviously it's not anything new, but the thing is, they have something called the Yonder bag. I don't know if you guys ever heard of that, but there's these bags that you put your phone in and they can't use it for the whole day. So the students cannot use their phones for the whole day. And this is so good for teachers, because I know students might say, oh, I'll just multitask and stuff like that, but I know firsthand that if you're looking at your phone, you're not paying attention. Because I've been in faculty meetings sometimes, and when I'm on my phone, I don't hear anything they say. You're not supposed to be on your phone anyway. But that's like an eye-opener. Like if a teacher, an adult, cannot understand what people are saying, then the students are not going to understand it either. So if a student is on their phone, most likely they didn't hear what the teacher said. And that's why it's very important for students to not be on their phone and have cell phone policies. But the cell phone policy itself is not the area of like to rejoice, you know? It's the fact that it was school-wide. A school-wide policy that everyone has to follow. And that word, school-wide, is a very important tool to maintain order for any school environment. And that's something my old friend school didn't have. They had nothing school-wide. No policies, no anything. So it's not the students' fault at that point why they're not following rules, because there are none and you don't enforce it. And they put a lot on the teachers saying, oh, you should have did this, you should have did that. But the thing is, when you just make the teachers do it, it's really hard, because when students see that a teacher does something that another teacher doesn't, they're gonna be like, oh, this teacher just being extra. That teacher didn't do it, why do you have to do it? And it just becomes a whole like back and forth thing, like, oh, I'm not gonna do it because like that teacher's gonna let me do it. And then they're gonna be so used to it because other teachers let them do certain stuff and other teachers let them don't do certain stuff. That's why it's important for teachers to follow the school-wide policies. Like when I was in school, when I was in my class, there was a few students who didn't want to put their phones in the Yonder bag, and I did the whole thing. And these are students that I'm like friends with and everything. And it was like no hard feelings. Like I wasn't mad at the students. I wasn't like irritated or anything like that, but I had to follow the rules. And the students knew that too. So even though I did like call like the security guards to come get their phones and stuff like that, there was no hard feelings between us. Like I told them that I have to follow it because it's not fair for the people who actually follow the rules. And that's the point. Like, it's not something to be like, oh, I just want you to fail, or I just want you to have a bad time at school. It's for your, like, betterment, you know? If that's a word. For you to do better at school. And that's the point of being a teacher, you know? To help the success of the students. And I know phones are very useful tools, but if it gets in the way of learning, there has to be a way to limit it. And the Yonder bags is a step in the right direction. And I think I handled it pretty well, because I made my students see that there is no hard feelings. And like I said, no matter what a student does, no matter how bad it is, I will never blame that student. Now what gets me mad is when a student does something bad and then the administration does not hold them accountable. That's when the mistakes happen, and that's where the behavior gets worse. And that's what my friend's old school had. And I really hope that you guys are watching this video and listening. Not just to just call you guys out, but just for other teachers to see how bad it is. How bad that school was. And don't settle, you know? Because no paycheck is worth that environment. Or the environment my friend was. Even when my friend was working there, he was already planning on leaving. I'm gonna tell you right now. He was gonna do his induction and leave. He was just like for 2 more years. He was just counting the days. He hated that job so much. There was so times where he'll just be out of it. He'll just be walking to use the restroom or like walking across the hallway and be like, oh, what is this? This ain't no school. This is so fake. That school is fake, man. That's what he would think in his head. And it's like, I really went to school just to go on this this mockery of a school. And the fact is, like, even though that school wasn't as big and didn't have that much stuff like the other schools, like, you still had a chance to succeed. Like, if you had structure, if you implemented policies, and you also follow through with them, it wouldn't have been a bad school. But the fact that you didn't, and then you blame the teachers, like, that's where you guys messed up. So I really hope the administration from the old school watches this and sees that you messed up, but at least better yourself for the students that you currently have, because I know that school is still open. Probably not for long, but that school is still open. But don't mess with the students' education. Don't mess with their experiences. And just because I know as much as you guys like money and will throw kids under the bus to get your money, or throw teachers under the bus to get your money, I know somewhere inside of you guys want to see these kids succeed. Like, there's no way you guys are that evil. So I'm asking you guys to look in that little sliver of like humanity, little sliver of humanity, and just do better. Do better moving forward. Because my experience in my new school and my friend's experience in his new school, he can already see it's just a drastic difference. Where you wake up, you go to work knowing that these students are going to listen to you, knowing that you actually want to be there. And that's what everyone should do in work. So that was a little quick update, and see you in the next one.